Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning, students. Today's topic is photometer, particularly the Ganong's photometer. Students, a photometer is a device or instrument that is used to measure the rate of water intake by a plant. And since means it's very much equal, water intake is almost equal to the water loss through the transpiration, as you know that. But it's equal, but it's not biologically equal. What I mean to say that some of the water, just suppose if a plant is absorbing 100 liters of water in a day, so as we know that 1 to 2% of the water is utilized by the plant for the process of what? Photosynthesis. So all the water that a plant is absorbing is not fully lost by the process of transpiration, but we can consider in case of a small shoot having 8 or 10 leaves, we can consider that whatever this shoot will absorb the water, it is fully transpire. So photometer is a type of device that is not used to measure the rate of transpiration. It is used to measure the amount of water absorbed by a plant or a plant shoot, and we can consider it is equal to the water lost through the transpiration. Many scientists have designed the various type of photometer, farmers also design photometer. Ganong's also made a photometer. Darwin's also made the photometer, but the most acceptable, or you can say that is in your syllabus, it is the Ganong's photometer. This is the setup of our Ganong's photometer, and you have to watch it very carefully. This long tube is called capillary tube. This long tube is called capillary tube, in which we have a scale to measure the rate of water intake by a plant shoot. Here we have take a reservoir with a stopcock. A reservoir means here the water will be stored. The function of reservoir I will tell you later. Now in one end we will have a beaker that is totally filled with the color water. The reason for taking the color water is that the whole setup, the whole experiment is depend upon the air bubble, and the air bubble is what? Transparent. So we have to take the colored water so that we can see the movement of the air bubble through the capillary tube. Now, after arranging this kind of setup, you have to take a shoot, a plant shoot. For that, what you will do? You will take a potted plant and you will cut a part of the plant. How you will cut it? Just suppose this is the stem of the plant. So you have to take it obliquely, in this way. You have to cut it in this way. The reason is that if you will cut straight, this much of surface area you will get, but if you will cut obliquely, this much surface area you will get, this much. So if you will cut obliquely, the surface area of the plant should will increase rather than the straight. So you have to take the twig that is a cut obliquely. Okay. So if you will keep this setup for, and one more thing, after taking the shoot, you have to introduce a air bubble in the capillary tube. How you will introduce? Just lift this capillary tube, bend it, concentrate here. This is the capillary tube. हम समझ रहे हैं कि ये पेंसिल जो है capillary tube है. Just take it out from the water, पानी से निकाले और हल्का सा इसको क्या किए? बेंड किए. ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ द वाटर हल्का सा बेंड करो. बेंड करने ऐसे है कि हाफ जो है कैपिलरी ट्यूब वो पानी में रहे और हाफ जो है वो एयर में चला है, जिससे एयर क्या हो जाए? अंदर एंटर कर जाए. आफ्टर दैट यू विल डिप इट अगेन. सो एयर बबल क्या हुआ, जैसे इंसर्ट कर गया, नाउ वी विल कीप दिस होल सेटअप for our experiment. Now in 1 or 2 minutes you will see that 1 or 2 minutes, no, that 10 minutes, 15 minutes or 1 hour, I am just hypothetically I am saying that, just suppose 2 hours. After 2 hours you will see that the air bubbles are gradually moving, means what, towards the other end of the capillary tube. The reason is that when these leaves start, means what, transpiring water, a suction force will create in the stem first, and that suction force will also create in the, means what, कैपिलरी ट्यूब. जैसे हम लोग कोल्ड ड्रिंक पीते हैं ना, तो कोल्ड ड्रिंक पीने के लिए जब स्ट्रॉ यूज करते हैं तो हम लोग अपने लिप्स से क्या करते हैं, माउथ से सक्शन फोर्स क्रिएट करते हैं. अब वो सक्शन फोर्स क्या करता है, एयर कॉलम को अपने में हमारे मुंह की तरफ खींचता है. जो एयर कॉलम क्या होता है, जो बॉटल में रहता है, उसके लिक्विड को भी ऊपर की तरफ खींचता है. दैट इज द मेन कॉन्सेप्ट, दैट इज द मेन प्रिंसिपल बिहाइंड दिस ऑल सेटअप. सो सक्शन फोर्स क्रिएटेड ड्यू टू द ट्रांसपिरेशन, दैट सक्शन फोर्स विल क्रिएटेड इन द स्टेम. आफ्टर दैट, since the stem is connected with the capillary tube, the suction force will also, means what, created in the capillary tube. For that reason, what will happen, the water will move, means what, inside of the capillary tube, and with the water the air bubble will also move. अब क्या करेंगे, एयर बबल कितना मूव किया इन 2 hours. मान लेते हैं एयर बबल 2 घंटे में 3 सेंटीमीटर या 4 सेंटीमीटर या 5 सेंटीमीटर मूव किया. दैट इज आवर रीडिंग, दैट इज द रीडिंग ऑफ द वाटर इनटेक बाय द प्लांट शूट. और ये रीडिंग ही क्या कहलाएगा कि कितना पानी क्या किया है, दैट अ प्लांट हैज लॉस्ट ड्यू टू द ट्रांसपिरेशन. अगेन आई एम टेलिंग दैट पोटोमीटर इज नॉट अ डिवाइस टू यूज टू रेट ऑफ ट्रांसपिरेशन. ये क्या करता है, प्लांट कितना पानी एब्जॉर्ब किया उसको मेजर करता है, एंड वी कैन equally find it as the rate of transpiration. So the basic need of the Ganong's photometer is to find the rate of transpiration, but ये rate of transpiration को find नहीं करता है. It only find the absorption of water or intake of water through the plant shoot. Now there are certain precautions you have to take before using the photometer. First of all, photometer should be made completely watertight. See, here all the games is of water. थोड़ा सा भी पानी कहीं से लीक हुआ, that will destroy your setup. Number 2, as I have already told you that you have to cut the twig obliquely, not in a straight way, obliquely, so that you will get the maximum surface area. And you have to put the, means what, the shoot inside the water to avoid the suction of air bubble into the twig, which helps to stop the absorption of water into the xylem. Now, what are the limitation of using photometer? Limitation is what? The introducing the air bubble is very tough, very tough. As I have told you that you have to take out the capillary tube on the surface of the water, half of the tube inside the water, bend it, half of the tube outside the water, that is the air, and again insert it. तो इससे क्या होगा, एक एयर बबल अंदर में चला जाएगा. Now, tube may not remain fully alive for long time, since this tube is cut from the, means what, parental plant. So this tube will, means what, shoot will not live for, means what, will not be alive for the maximum time or long time. 2 घंटे 3 घंटे 4 घंटे के बाद ये क्या होगा, सूखना चालू करेगा, it will die. So experimental time क्या होगा, बहुत ही लिमिटेड, 1-2 घंटे या 3 घंटे का ही रखना पड़ेगा. नाउ एनी चेंज इन द आउटसाइड टेम्परेचर, सिंस हम लोग जानते हैं सरफेस एवापोरेशन होता है. जस्ट सपोज करो यहाँ का टेम्परेचर ज्यादा हो गया, इफ द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द आउटसाइड ऑफ द कैपिलरी ट्यूब इज मोर, व्हाट विल हैपन, द वाटर विल स्टार्ट इवापोरेटिंग. सो उससे क्या हो जाएगा, तुम्हारा एक्सपेरिमेंटल सेटअप क्या होगा, पूरा बर्बाद हो जाएगा. Now I have told you earlier that I will tell you the function of the reservoir. Just suppose कि एक बार एक्सपेरिमेंट तुम कर लिए, रिजल्ट से सेटिस्फाई नहीं हो, या रिजल्ट तुम्हारा आ गया, दूसरे बच्चे ये एक्सपेरिमेंट इसी सेटअप पे करना चाहेंगे, तो क्या फिर से हमको ये सब अरेंज करना पड़ेगा? नो नीड. जस्ट व्हाट यू विल डू, ये एयर बबल निकालने का तरीका है कि ये जो रिजर्वायर में पानी है, द वाटर दैट इज प्रेजेंट इन द रिजर्वायर, जस्ट मीन्स व्हाट, ट्विस्ट द स्टॉप कॉक, व्हाट विल हैपन, दिस वाटर विल गोज इनसाइड द कैपिलरी ट्यूब. So if the water is coming from this side, this will push the capillary tube downside. So very means what, very in low speed you will means what, just drop wise you will means what, you will add the water of the reservoir into the capillary tube, and the air bubble will move means what, very slowly. जैसे सपोज कर यहाँ पर जैसे आया वैसे कह के स्टॉप का तुम बंद कर दिए. So now you will again start the, you will be able to again start the experiment. So this is the whole concept of the Ganong photometer, and this is very much important topic for the both board examination as well as your internal examination, that is the school examination. You will get the question on the basis of this, whatever I have taught you today. Apart from that, they will also ask you what is for this setup, means for what process this setup you utilize. So you will tell that the process of transpiration or rate of transpiration. They can also ask you the definition of transpiration. Okay. So this much for today, and if you have any question regarding the today's topic, text me. Assalamu alaikum.